So, as most of you know, I've pretty much totally moved on from Destiny at this point. I came back to Guild My Conqueror seal with the GOAT Chablo 91, and since then, I haven't really touched the game. And this is during a time when there is an event going on with my favorite things in Destiny 2 contest mode content and dungeons. Yep, Rite of the Nine introduced 3 dungeons: Inspire the Watcher, Ghost of the Deep, and Prophecy, with new mechanics and greater difficulty and some sexy new weapons to boot. They also introduced a limited time PvP event where you fight each other with tanks and brigs. I tried that mode out for one game while I waited for my stream to start with Chablo, but that kind of fun and innovation was not enough to entice me to play, and neither was the gunship Sparrow that you can get as a reward. And this is truly worth noting, as before I was obsessed about maxing out my collections. Even if I didn't want to play a piece of content, I still did all the chores that Bungie asked of me so I could get the seal or the reward or whatever carrot on a stick the activity offered. I've gilded Dredgen every season since it's been available, but this episode I haven't played a single game of Gambit. So why am I talking about this? Well, if I'm being honest, my love for the franchise is no longer there. A lot of people played Destiny and stuck by it to see the conclusion of the 10-year saga that we got with Final Shape. And then a lot of players dipped after that, and rightfully so. 10 years is a long ass time to do anything, so even if the game is amazing, some people just want to move on. I've talked to lots of former creators or just friends of mine who have thousands of hours in the game about why they stepped away and if they regretted it. If they miss Destiny, if they think they'll be back, and just about their future with the game. And by and large, most of the people that I've spoken to are happy to be moved on. They don't regret their time with the game, and I don't either. It has helped shape the trajectory of my life. I've been fortunate enough to build an amazing community thanks to our shared love for the game. I've also made friends that I'm in a clan with who I talk to nearly every day. I certainly don't regret my time with the game, but in the new year, I started looking at my relationship with Destiny and where I wanted it to go. It has provided me with some unforgettable memories and moments that I will always hold dear. But as I said, I no longer love it like I once did. I don't have that burning passion to play it and grind like I used to. I used to consume every bit of knowledge about the game. I would read every TWID, watch countless YouTube videos, and eventually go on to make videos of my own. It is designed to be a hobbyist game, and it truly was my hobby, sometimes even to an unhealthy degree. I've always been a pretty active person, but when new content would drop, my healthy routines would go out the window. It was all Destiny all the time. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it when I was playing it, but I also craved some balance. And more than anything, I yearned to play games on my own time. The recent Briggs vs Tanks event was a 1-week event with a seal and an exclusive Sparrow tied to it. So you only had 1 week to grind out about 10 hours of just that game mode if you wanted to earn the reward. Depending on who you are, this isn't a ton to ask, but it comes down to the principle. It is spring right now, and personally, I just want to be outside enjoying the nice weather, not playing a limited time event where the rewards will disappear after just 1 week. I have long railed against time gating, but these Bungie FOMO tactics, in my eyes, are getting more and more egregious. And while I used to put up with them because I was addicted to the game, that is no longer the case. And I've realized that I don't want to stay on this treadmill anymore. So all that brings us to the point of this video. If you're like me, sick of Bungie's manipulative practices to keep you logging on week over week, then it's truly never been a better time to step away. A few weeks ago, Bungie revealed the new expansion coming this July, Edge of Fate. This video is not going to be breaking down everything that they revealed, but more discussing what's to come in a broader sense. They have stated that this will be the start of a new multi-year saga. If you are still gung-ho on Destiny, then this is great news for you. But if you're worn out and fatigued by the game like I am, just know that it's not going to go away anytime soon. On top of this, in Edge of Fate, they are not increasing vault space. I already didn't even grind any of Episode Heresy because my vault is full to bursting. So the idea of doing another massive vault cleaning so I can earn their new rewards is extremely unappealing to me. But it gets worse, or better depending on your perspective. They are also doing a massive rework to the armor system, the biggest we've seen since Armor 2.0 and Shadowkeep in 2019, which is 6 years ago. So all that Artifice armor that you farmed like 3 or 4 years ago and have used ever since, it's all about to be borderline useless. Sure, you can still use it, but you'll be limiting yourself drastically because what's to come is going to be so much better. We actually have solid set bonuses now, and they are completely reworking armor stats, which brings me to another point. They are reworking a ton of game systems. Bungie has evolved a hell of a lot over its lifespan, but with Edge of Fate, they're bringing some of the biggest systems changes that we've ever seen all at once. I mentioned that armor is changing, but weapons are also changing as well. They have a tiered system with tier 5 weapons being the cream of the crop. So what does all this mean? Effectively, they are introducing sunsetting without actually sunsetting anything. Again, sure you can use your old armor, sure you can use your old weapons, but they're going to be power crept by all the things being introduced in Edge of Fate. They're also changing many things about the playlists. Nightfall Strikes will be made customizable and have a difficulty above Grandmaster. Light level is being changed. We're in the 2000s now, and in the showcase it was somewhere around 300. By the time you are watching this video, there may be a ton of changes that have been talked about more and fleshed out more in blog post updates, but I'm just going off of what was shown in the reveal. So the people who've been clamoring for Destiny 3, I really think this is the closest that we're ever going to get. This game is going to be undergoing some massive changes. And I want to be clear here, I think this is a really good thing for the longevity of the game. It's not good in a looter shooter to never have to grind armor for 3+ years. They're bringing back the grind to Destiny for better or worse. For where I'm at, it's for worse, because like I said, I just don't care to grind the game anymore. But for people who are looking for more reasons to play Destiny 2, then Edge of Fate will be incredible for you. For people who played D2 back in vanilla and fell off for whatever reason and maybe looking for a time to come back, now is that time. As I said, armor is about to be useless. Weapons, aside from the top meta options that you have in your vault, are about to be power crept by the new weapons coming in Edge of Fate. Worried about having to watch a 10-hour catch-up video on the story from My Name is Bife? Well, don't worry, Edge of Fate is kicking off a new multi-year saga, so there's never been a better time to jump in. You won't be lost anymore. You'll be on the same starting point as all these veterans who haven't stopped playing since 2017. But on the flip side, if you've been looking for a time to get off the train, then Edge of Fate is definitely it. We are seeing wholesale changes, and unless you want to learn a bunch of new systems and grind for a ton of new loot, then this is the best time to jump off. I would say the real best time to jump off would have been a month or two after Final Shape, as that would have been a great way to go out. But if you bought the premium edition and played the episodes to get your money's worth, then this is the next best time. Truly. But I want to reiterate, I think a lot of the changes that they announced are really good. I've been begging for a testing ground since 2020 when my beloved Tribute Hall was sunset, and they have a new node specifically catered to solo players so that they can get loot too in a fast and efficient way. They're making many really good and community requested changes. But for me, I just don't care to see them. I don't want a new multi-year saga. I want off the treadmill. And the cynical side of me thinks it will just be more of the same, despite all these changes. There will still be tons of monetization, tons of time gating, loads of bugs, just more and more of the same stuff that has been driving me away from the game for the last 6 months. Justin Truman, a horrible higher up at Bungie, was recently promoted to VP of Destiny. His mindset on how to run the game is everything that's wrong with AAA gaming. So seeing him actually being rewarded within Bungie's headquarters is yet another sign for me to step away. And developers I loved like Katarina and Jogaroth have moved on. Chris Proctor, my friggin' goat man, he's the best, also left the studio post Final Shape. He was a brilliant dev and Bungie is worse off with his absence. There's been a large exodus of talent at the studio, and while I no doubt believe that the people there are still capable of making great games, they will still be hamstrung by horrible direction choices made from management. On top of this, Marathon will obviously be using dev resources, and those dev resources have drastically downsized in the past year post Final Shape. They also have a Star Wars expansion coming this winter, and that to me just screams cash grab. And it's just another plague on this industry as a whole. Fuck staying true to your identity, I guess. Just pollute it with other IPs for a quick buck. Again, I think the future looks decent if you want more Destiny, but if it's run its course for you and you want to move on, then now is literally the best time. It's been a hell of a run. Anyways, thanks for watching. Go subscribe to my other channel if you want to see more breakdowns of the games I'm playing. I've played like 6 games already in 2025, which is about the amount of games I've played in the last 5 years combined since I've been covering Destiny. And to say it's been a breath of fresh air would be an understatement. Going forward, I will use this channel for streaming and clip posting, and my essay-type reviews and analysis on the broader gaming industry will be over on my other channel. If you're still here, thanks so much for watching to the end. Let me know down below if you're planning to play the new Destiny expansion, or if this is your jumping off point like it is mine. Or maybe you left already. Do you miss Destiny? Chime in down below. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Huge thank you to my YouTube channel members, your support means the world. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.